So this past Friday actually marked the half-year point to writing my Friendly Light Friday blog post. And so I've wanted this week to kind of spend some time talking about writing with passion and purpose. It's amazing. There's probably, with even writing like research articles and studying and having the opportunity to publish different documents. This writing the blog post every week has been kind of an interesting beast. I've really enjoyed it and trying to figure out kind of what I'm going to write about each week. And so I think one of the things that's really difficult to just write for the sake of writing and without actually having some kind of intentional purpose to what it is that you want to accomplish. And so that could be from a journal article to a sermon to a comic strip book to a sports article, just writing a card to a friend. Like, what is it that actually gives you some type of purpose and that you're actually passionate about what you're writing? Because if we're asked to just go write this, homework assignment. If I'm giving a homework assignment to a student and they don't have any kind of tie or want, and it's not tying into their interest, how can we actually create those opportunities for people to write? I think a lot about my son, Kalen. When he was in third grade, they had free time where they were allowed to write and read and do different activities during the school day. And so over the whole year, he actually created quite a few comic strips. He did one with me, actually titling it Positive Plant Girl, where I would shoot plants out of my hands and they would wrap around the bad guys and it would plant them and they would grow into these beautiful things, because we talked about how I love the outdoors and helping people develop professionally. So the creative mind and giving him an outlet to be able to do that in a form that he actually appreciated. The next year, he was not allowed to do comic strips because they wanted him to do more writing, so he started writing short stories. Again, though, having the ability to write whatever he wanted to write about. It was really interesting. I recently attended a writing workshop at Elon University, and we had a woman named Helen Sword come in to speak with us, and she's actually working on a book project called Writing with Pleasure. And she had us reflect, to kind of go back to our first memory, and it might have been in high school or college or some other time, but my actually first recollection of writing came from hanging out with my best friend, who was my neighbor, Shannon. When we were in like late elementary school and middle school, we would write songs, and I was never a singer. I don't know if either one of us were. Shannon will have to comment on this, but we would write songs and then we would create tapes. And so I never really realized how much I wanted to be able to write creatively. So a lot of times after that, I got journals and I would write poetry or just free write random thoughts that I had about things. There's a lot of things that I've written that people have never seen. And so kind of going back and looking on that. And then as I progressed in high school, my freshman year of high school, I started writing for the school newspaper as a sports writer. I went through, by the time of my senior year, I was the co-editor of the school newspaper. I was like, I'm gonna graduate. I wanna be a journalist. I might write, maybe I can be on TV. And then I was like, nope. And the whole sport and recreation thing became my scene. So it's interesting how we can still use that ability to be creative within industry segments and writing. And so the blog, I guess, has really given me an opportunity to kind of speak from the heart and things that I'm passionate about that mean something to me related to leadership and sport management, but then also just in regards to professional reflections that I've had during my career. And so I think, I just want folks to kind of think about this for the week before Friday is, what kind of writing are you passionate about? Consider how is the writing that you do purposeful? And maybe think about the writing that's not purposeful that you wish you didn't have to do. We all have that kind of writing. And then what kind of writing is pleasurable for you? And so, to be honest, I have to be honest, writing this blog for the past 6 months, almost every morning I'll talk to my mom before I actually post one of the blogs. And I'm like, this is number 23, 3 more to go and it'll be half a year. And so, but kind of reflecting back, and Helen Sword, I went up to her after the workshop to tell her, I was like, I've been writing this blog. I was like, I don't even know if it's worth it, like what I should be doing. And she's like, but think about the amount of time that you're actually spending thinking about it, brainstorming it out, coming up with ideas. And so, there are days where it comes to me, early in the week on a Monday, I'll say, okay, this is what I'm going to write about this week. But then other times, it's Thursday night and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'm feeling this. Like maybe this isn't what I'm going to write about. So I really kind of pay attention to what's happening in my surroundings and what's going on. And then that way I know that I'm going to come from a place of passion and of interest and excitement, either if it's something more lighthearted regarding, rest and relaxation that I talked a little bit about when I was on vacation this summer, or, in my post talking about turning the lights on in the locker room where I talk about sexualization of women. And so, it just kind of depends on what's going to hit me for the week. So please comment below about your writing, like what's purposeful about it, what you like about it, what's pleasing about it. I'd love to hear from you all, and I'm really looking forward to sharing my Friday Like Friday post with you this Friday and start this next half a year. Let's see if we can do another 26 post. All right, have a wonderful day. All right, bye.